Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Look up there. It's Honest Abe Lincoln. Look at that. Wow. That's Honest Abe. Great to see you, Abe. Boy, oh boy, what a crowd. We have people over there standing in plants. They're in plants. I hope you're comfortable. It's great to be here in St. Augustine. What a great place. Great to be back in Florida. I love Florida. This is my second home. I'm here all the time. And just in case you haven't heard, we're winning, not only Florida, but we're going to win the whole thing. The new poll that just came out from Investors Business Daily, which was the most accurate poll from the last 3 presidential elections, has us up 2 points nationwide. What we have is we have a movement like they've never seen before. We have some very, very unhappy people out there, though, I'll tell you. When they hear this, they are not happy. But we're going to take our nation back. Remember it. We're going to bring it back. It's enough. It's enough. You heard where they have 2 more hostages in Iran and they're asking for billions of dollars. It's enough. Early voting in Florida begins today through the 5th. So make sure you get out and vote. Locations include City Hall and the Supervisor of Elections office. You got to get out there. Who's voted already? That's not bad. Well, you can do it early, because if you're not feeling well on the 8th of November, we don't want to take a chance. But if you're not feeling well, get up and vote. Who cares, right? 75% of the American people, based on all polls, think our country is headed on the wrong track. And we're going to fix it. It's common sense. Our country is going to be put back on the right track, and very, very quickly. And you're going to be very proud of your country again. You're going to be happy. Together, we're going to fix our rigged system and deliver real change that once again puts America first. Change has to come from the outside, or we're never really going to understand it. And I will tell you, I've been on the inside, and the day I announced, June 16th of last year, I became a person on the outside. But we have to fix our country. We have to fix our country. The fact that the Washington establishment has tried so hard to stop our campaign is only more proof that our campaign represents the kind of change that only arrives once in a lifetime, and it's true. Again, there has never been a movement like this in the history of our country. And even those pundits that dislike me and dislike you and dislike everybody, they will admit, and they do admit, they have never seen anything like this before. And wait till you see the results start to come in. The results are already starting. We're way ahead in Ohio. We're way ahead in Iowa. We're doing great in North Carolina. Because people of this country are fed up with stupidity and weakness, and we can't beat ISIS, and all of the problems that we've got going. They're fed up. And you know what else? They're fed up with losing their jobs to other countries all the time. The best evidence that our system is rigged is the fact that Hillary Clinton, despite her many crimes, was even allowed to run for president in the first place. True. Hillary bleached and deleted 33,000 emails, lied to Congress under oath, made 13 telephones disappear, some with a hammer, and then told the FBI she couldn't remember 39 different times. That the leadership of the FBI and the Department of Justice let Clinton off the hook for her crimes against our nation is one of the saddest moments in the history of our country. And we have to investigate the investigation, folks. Just today, there are shocking new revelations, which you've seen. Front page of the Wall Street Journal, about how the Clinton campaign has corrupted our government. It was just learned that one of the closest people to Hillary Clinton, with long-standing ties to her husband and herself, gave more, this just came out, gave more than $675,000 to the campaign of the spouse, the wife, of the top FBI official who helped oversee the investigation into Mrs. Clinton's illegal email server. So the man that was investigating her from the FBI, his wife runs for office, and they give her more than $675,000 to run. And it just came out. They just figured it out. We've never had a thing like this in the history of this country. This represented a large portion of the money the FBI official's spouse had for the entire campaign, a big percentage. It's absolutely disgraceful. It's absolutely terrible. And it's unbelievable how Hillary Clinton got away with the email lie, the email scam, the email corruption, but now at least we have a pretty good idea. And General Cartwright, think of this, a four-star general, highly respected, just at the end of last week, struck a deal. He lied one time to the FBI, and he said he did that for national security reasons. Highly respected man. Four-star. We're talking about a four-star general. And he's going to go to jail perhaps for as much as 5 years. And that's a tiny fraction. That's a tiny fraction of what Hillary Clinton did. So the fact that she is even allowed to run means our system is rigged. She never had a chance of being convicted. Hillary knew this money was being paid, and she has to be held accountable for this, yet another crime, one of so many. And she has to be held accountable because she knew that money, $675,000 plus, was being paid. So So how is she allowed to continue to run for president? How is she allowed? She gets a subpoena from the United States Congress asking for her emails and other records. And she bleaches them and deletes them. Now, bleaching nobody ever heard of. People, sophisticated people in that world, and the reason it's so expensive to do it. So not only did they delete them, they bleached them. And now, 2 weeks ago, they find out that 2 boxes of emails are missing. And you don't read about that in the New York Times, and you don't read about that in the other newspapers, because the system is corrupt, the system is broken. The system is corrupt, folks, and I've been saying it, it's rigged. I've been saying it for a long time. The system is rigged. WikiLeaks also shows how John Podesta rigged the polls by oversampling Democrats, a voter suppression technique, and that's happening to me all the time. When the polls are even, when they leave them alone and do them properly, I'm leading. But you see these polls where they're polling Democrats. How's Trump doing? Oh, he's down. They're polling Democrats. The system is corrupt, and it's rigged, and it's broken, and we're going to change it. Thank you. In an email, Podesta says that he wants oversamples for our polling in order to maximize what we get out of our media polling. It's called voter suppression, because people will say, oh, gee, Trump's down. Folks, we're winning. We're winning. We're winning. These thieves and crooks, the media, not all of it, but much of it. They're the most crooked. They're almost as crooked as Hillary. They may even be more crooked than Hillary, because without the media, she would be nothing. Without the media, Hillary Clinton would be nothing. They're disgraceful. Just remember that. Just remember that. Without the dishonesty and deceit of the media, Hillary Clinton would be nothing, nothing. Here's how all of this affects you. When the people who control the political power in our society can rig investigations like her investigation was rigged, can rig polls, you see these phony polls, and rig the media, they can wield absolute power over your life, your economy, and your country, and benefit big time by it. They control what you hear and what you don't hear. What is covered, how it's covered, even if it's covered at all. Sometimes I'll have like these great events and it won't be covered. If there's a little glitch, it's front page news all over the world. They can ship your jobs all over the world, let drugs pour into your, look at the drugs that are pouring into this area, but all over. Let drugs pour into your community and let Congress write loopholes to benefit a select few. And then you always hear Hillary, she's going to fight ISIS. Well, she's been there for a long time. She and Obama, through their incompetence, and this guy, all he does is campaign. He ought to go back and trying to get some jobs for our country. All he does is campaign. We have an incompetent president. We have a president that doesn't know what he's doing. And again, take a look at Mosul. They announced 4 months ago, 3 months ago, we're going into Mosul. We're going to get the leaders of ISIS because they're living in Mosul. Guess what? 12 minutes later, the leaders, they left. They're not stupid, they left. Whatever happened, remember the great generals? It was called the element of surprise. The element of surprise. So now we're bogged down in Mosul. The enemy is much tougher than they thought. They've had a lot of time to get ready. They're using human shields all over the place. It's a horrible, horrible situation that's going on. Why did we have to tell them we're going in? Why didn't we go in and then tell the public a week later, congratulations, we just got the leadership, we didn't lose many people. I'm telling you folks, our leadership, I went to an Ivy League school, but there's some words that you can't describe any better. Our leadership is stupid. These are stupid people. So bad. These are stupid, stupid people, and they're leading us right down the tubes. The corrupt system can also force brave National Guardsmen from California to return the bonuses they were promised, something that would never happen under a Trump administration. How about that one? These people, we want your money back that we gave you years ago. This can only happen with these incompetent people we have running. And people with no common sense. They're incompetent, but they have no common sense. They have no common sense. While the media and politicians celebrate in Washington, D.C., our inner cities crumble, innocent children are shot in the street, and working families who just want to raise can't get a break. The media isn't just against me, they're against all of you. That's really what they're against. They're not against me, they're against what we represent. Like Hillary Clinton, they look down on the hardworking people of the country. That's what's happened. The media is entitled, condescending, and even contemptuous of the people who don't share their elitist views. And this is all for money. This is for money, largely. Money and power. I see you and I hear you. I am your voice. Remember, I was on the other side of this equation for a long time. It was very comfortable. It was a very good side. But then I decided that, you know, I'll tell you the bottom line. I love our country, and we were going bad. We were going bad. I will never let you be the forgotten people again. We're the forgotten people. I will never let you down, I promise. I will never, ever let you down. When we win, your voice will boom through the halls of Washington and will be heard all across the world. This is bigger than Brexit, what's going on. This is bigger than Brexit. And folks, get out and vote. Leave here and vote. Leave here and vote. Or we have wasted a hell of a lot of time, energy, and in my case, a lot of money. I'm not a politician, and I never wanted to be a politician, believe me. I ran because this country has been good to me. I love America. I could not stand by and watch what was happening to our great country. I didn't want to do it. My only special interest is you, the American people, and we're going to solve the riddle of what's going on in Washington. It's time to clean up our nation's capital. That's why I proposed a contract with the American voter. It's a set of promises for what I'll do in my first 100 days. It includes getting rid of immediately Obamacare, which is a disaster. Even Bill Clinton admitted Obamacare is the craziest thing in the world. Quote, craziest thing in the world. Where people wind up with their premiums doubled and their coverage cut in half. Now, he may have had a tough evening when he went home, but that's right. And she wants to make it far worse. She wants to double down. She wants to make it bigger. It's going to destroy the American family, and it's destroying American business, especially small business. But you know what else? It's not working. It's no good. It's terrible health care. And you know, your numbers are so crazy, you really can't use it. Your deductibles are so high, you'll never get to use it. It's just one more reason why we have to win on November 8th. My contract with the American voter begins with a plan to end the rampant government corruption and put the special interests out of business. We're going to do it. I understand it. I understand it. I understand it very well. I want everyone in Washington to hear and to heed the words that we all say together. If we win on November 8th, we are going to drain the swamp in Washington, D.C. We're draining the swamp. Under my contract, on my first day in office, my administration will immediately pursue the following 6 measures to make our government honest once again. First, a constitutional amendment to impose term limits on all members of Congress. Second, a hiring freeze on all non-essential federal employees, and that does not